For today's video, we're gonna transform our soft gel nails to make them look sculpted just like this. And we're gonna do this using the gel overlay method. This method not only helps your soft gel set last longer, but it actually makes the nails look a lot more natural. And all you need to accomplish this soft gel overlay look is the Glazed soft gel kit. So if you want to know how to do gel overlay, keep on watching and stay tuned to the end of the video to see how the set looked after 3 weeks. I already did my left hand. I have that video. It's circling around TikTok and Instagram, I believe. I'm going to do my right hand on camera for you guys and leave them on for 3 weeks. I might even leave them on for 4 weeks, just so I can show you guys that you can wear soft gel nails for just that long. Obviously, I'm going to do the same thing here on my right. Doing your nails with using your non-dominant hand can be a little tricky at times, I feel like, but the more you do it, I feel like the more comfortable you'll get with it. I'm gonna go ahead and put gloves on this hand because I do not want to mess up the fresh set that I just did, because I want to keep it on at least maybe a day, 2 days, like at least for the weekend, because I have to go back doing content. So I'm gonna have to pop this hand off in the next 2 days. But like I said, the right hand I'm going to keep on for at least 3 weeks, maybe 4 weeks. I'm gonna go ahead and put on this glove so we can get started. There we go. First, I'm going to start by pushing back my cuticles, and I have not pushed back these cuticles in a while. So I know they need to be pushed back. I'm just gonna take the other end of my cuticle pusher and go around the cuticle to kind of scrape up the dead skin that might be laying on my nail, because we don't want to adhere the nail tip on top of that skin, because if you do, then it'll be easy for the nail to come right on up. We want it to adhere to the nail. And I'm just gonna go around just to clean up that dead skin a little bit more. And since I'm using my non-dominant hand to do this, I am struggling just a little bit. But since I'm doing my right hand, I have my drill in reverse. And then I'm gonna take my sanding band here, put the drill on 3000 RPM, make sure it's on reverse, and I'm just going to remove the natural shine from the nail. Just go back and forth quickly. I like to just hold it with my non-dominant hand, rest on my dominant hand while taking my thumb and just moving it back and forth. Since I have more control over my thumb, sometimes I'll go in and I'll, move the drill. But for the most part, I keep it in my thumb and move the finger back and forth so we can get it nice and buffed out. Now I'm going to get out everything from the Glazed kit. We got our long stiletto tips, and then dehydrator, primer, tip glue, and top coat. So first I am just going to shape up or match up the tips to my nail. And we're going to try the overlay method today. So I'm going to apply it right there. But first we have to add dehydrator. This takes the oils out of the natural nail. And then we have the primer that adds the tacky layer. I'm also going to take the drill and go ahead and buff out the inside of the tip and put a little bit of primer on the inside of the tip. I always say you want to practice kind of putting the tip on and swooping in to cure before you start, just so you know which angle is the most comfortable to cure in, because if you're not comfortable, the nail is going to end up being crooked. I think doing it this way will be better for me. And it's always different doing it on your other hand. So let's try that. I'm going to take the tip glue, coat the nail where I etched it with the drill, and then scrape off the excess glue. All right, now for the moment of truth. Like I said, I'm gonna go in not quite at the cuticle, but halfway up and press down. But I'm gonna stop pressing once the glue reaches the free edge of your natural nail, and then swoop in to cure and leave it under there for 60 seconds. Well, it isn't crooked, but we got that bubble. Now, I showed y'all last time how to correct the bubbles when you have a bubble just at that free edge right there. And it happens sometimes, I promise you. But it is fixable. I did this trick in my last video, and it looks like I'm showing you guys how to do that again today. Before I do that, I like to go ahead and shape the nail first, and we're going for an almond shape. So I'm gonna cut it down as if we're doing coffin. Let's take these off really fast. I'm gonna cut the corners in a little bit, and I still have not found my nail scissors, y'all. I need to go ahead and order some more. But I'm just gonna cut the corners just like that. I'm gonna take a file and go ahead and file that point straight on each side. And then on this side as well. And it's always a little weird filing with your non-dominant hand. You feel so stiff. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh. And then you're gonna just focus on rounding out the free edge of the nail. I'm just gonna hold the file still and just go kind of back and forth. Maybe file in right there a little bit more. I will say, for all of my subscribers and followers that want to buy a kit, but you don't really want to be shaping the different shapes yourself, that I am currently working on coming out with more shapes. So if you're not as confident in shaping, I got you. I plan to have some tips that are already in the perfect shape, and all you have to do is apply them and put a color of your choice on top and go. So get ready for that. I'm excited for that. Because trust me, I do understand that filing and shaping with your non-dominant hand can be tricky, and some people just want the shape already done so they don't have to worry about it. So I'm mainly working on getting shorter shapes for you guys to purchase on the site, so I'm excited about that. So this is the problem child right here, and I'm getting ready to get to the part where I fix that right there, but first I want to fix this. I'm just going to take my drill bit and go around the top part of the nail tip to file it down so it's nice and smooth. It's like a smooth transition from my natural nail to the tip, so when we do an overlay, there's no hump. I'm using Kiara Sky's medium barrel tapered bit. I also like to file around the side of the nail like you see me doing here, and this helps a little bit with shaping as well. And if you're doing your dominant hand, make sure you put your drill in reverse like I'm doing here. And once you're done, it's gonna look just like this. And I didn't do it on camera, but make sure you get an alcohol pad and wipe down the whole nail to get rid of all of that nail dust. And after you wipe the nail down to get rid of that nail dust, we're gonna fill in that gap with some tip glue. Get your glazed tip glue, and I like to put a big glob of it, well, a medium-sized glob right there before we get to the cuticle. And then I take my brush and just ease and push little by little up towards the cuticle so we can get that gap filled in. But I'm not pushing it all the way up to my cuticle to where it touches my skin. So avoid touching your skin with the gel, but push it up towards the cuticle, just enough to fill in that gap. And then once you have the gap filled in, you're gonna go ahead and coat the rest of the nail with the tip glue. Now the tip glue will self-level, but if you still have different spots on the nail that you feel like it needs to be filled in a little bit more, you can take a detailed liner brush and just go in and maneuver the gel until you're satisfied and then cure. I cured mine for about 60 seconds and this is how it looks. Now this is why I say ease it up towards the cuticle, but don't let the gel touch your skin. It'll look like this, super nice and neat, and it won't flood the cuticle. You don't want to flood that cuticle with gel because it will look a mess. Now to fill in that little bubble towards the free edge. So I'm just gonna take some top coat and go underneath the nail. And I'm just pushing little by little some of that gel up into that empty space to fill it in. Now I did a video like this on social media and I've had people say in the comments, oh, just use a fine liner brush to get right in that spot so you don't get so much on your skin. Tried it, don't like that method. I feel like the fine liner brush just doesn't get the job done as quickly. I just like getting a brush and getting it all done all at one time and then wiping that excess gel off of my skin before I cure. So to each his own, but either way, it gets the job done. And this is how it would look after curing. I cured for about 60 seconds. And I've heard people say that this also helps your nails last longer too by just putting some top coat underneath your nail. So yeah, definitely try this next time you do soft gel. For the French, I'm using a white liner gel from Kiara Sky. I'm not gonna lie, lately Kiara Sky has been my go-to when it comes to white and black liner gels for nail art. But here's a quick tip for doing French if you're gonna do it the way I just did it. Wherever you put that starting line is where your French line will start for sure. If you want it lower, then put the line lower. If you want it higher, then put the line higher. Because here, as you can see, once I start doing the U part trying to curve out the French line, I'm doing the U part under my starting line that I did. And now I'm having to go back in with some acetone to try to make the French line deeper when all I had to do was make that starting line lower so I can have a deep French line. And as you can see now, I'm having to go back in and correct my mistakes and I'm just making it worse, which, you know, it's not even that hard, especially using that frame that I used in the beginning. I shouldn't be doing all of this. So I'm just learn from my mistakes. So moral of the story, start doing the U part in the French above your starting line, not under it. And I guarantee you won't have to keep going back in with acetone to correct it like I did. You'll save yourself a whole lot of time, I promise. But while I'm still trying to finish my French line or fix my French line, I just want to give you guys a heads up on a video that I'm planning to make. So I ordered over $700 worth of nail supplies from Kiara Sky. And when I tell you I'm so excited to get the package in the mail, I haven't gotten it in the mail yet. I'm still waiting on it. But when I do, I'm going to do a full unboxing of everything that I got. And I know you guys love videos like that. So definitely stay tuned for that because I got a lot of good stuff. But now that I'm finally done, I'm going to go ahead and cure that for 30 seconds. And now we're going to go in with our top coat, our glazed top coat. And go ahead and coat that one good time. And then once I coat the whole nail, I went on and cured that for another 30 seconds and we're done. French is always my go-to when I need a nail design really quick and I need something that I know for a fact that will be cute and I won't mess up on, well, at least I think I won't mess up on. But we redeemed ourselves today with this French because it actually turned out so good. And the fact that I did this with my non-dominant hand is crazy. Like, I am super proud of this. And if you have not tried the gel overlay method, what are you waiting for? It definitely will change the game for you when it comes to soft gel application. But if you don't believe me, watch this. The retention on these nails is crazy. So I did my nails 3 weeks ago using the overlay gel method, and this is how they look, and none of them are lifting. And so really prove it, I'm going to unbuckle the seatbelt only using my nail, and none of them are going to pop off. Look at that. Boom. Still on, and they honestly still look kind of good from afar. Some of you guys asked in my last video how would they look underneath the nail after they start to grow out, and so this is just me showing that. Moral of the story is you have to try the gel overlay method if you have not already.